name is Erin, and I'm going to walk you through some easy steps for teaching and assessing the second grade standard, which is to experiment using descriptive words for actual and implied textures and be able to recognize and make a rubbing of actual texture and practice drawing implied textures. I'm going to help you unpack and understand this standard. Be sure to check out the description for a full list of materials. And thanks for joining me today. For additional information and resources, please be sure to visit Learning First System in Canvas or the Fine Arts channel in the second grade team. So, what is texture? Texture describes the surface quality of an object. Artists use both actual textures, how things feel, and implied textures, how things look like they feel. Artists can achieve different textures by the mediums, the materials, and the tools that they use to create their work of art. As you can see in Wayne T. Bau's cake painting, he has applied the paint so thick onto the pastries that his painting has actual texture. This technique of applying paint heavily and in layers is called impasto. Because T. Bau chose to use this technique, his painting captures what kind of texture? Can you think of any words that describe the frosting? I would use descriptive words like rich and velvety. The paint looks like and feels just like the frosting that covers your birthday cake that you can eat in real life. On the other hand, when we look at the work of art and try to describe what we see, we have to use descriptive words or adjectives to convey what is in front of us. For example, in this painting by Albrecht Dürer, he painted the hares, or the rabbits, fur so carefully and detailed that the texture of the fur looks like it would feel. What word would describe the texture? I would use a descriptive word like soft. The hair in this painting would feel soft if you could actually touch it. But if you were to really reach out and touch the animal or the painting, it would just feel like the paper he used watercolor on to paint it. What about this sculptural piece by Merritt Oppenheim called Object? How would you describe the textures you see? Soft, fuzzy, furry? How about describing the textures that you see in this photograph called Jeffrey Pine taken by Ansel Adams? Rough, smooth, sandy, prickly, bumpy? Or this photorealistic painting titled Candy Cane Rainbow by Charles Bell. Describe the textures of the marbles. Smooth, glassy, cold? As your students view a variety of textures in works of art and practice using descriptive words to describe the different types of textures they see, they can apply their knowledge of actual and implied textures in 2 different activities. The first activity gives the students the opportunity of using actual textures found on an assortment of rubbing plates to create a collage of textures. And the second activity has the students drawing different types of implied textures on the provided handout. You can see a student who is proficient in their understanding of the textures will create works like these. Be sure to check out the description for the full list of materials. And thanks for joining me today. For additional information and resources, please be sure to visit Learning First System in Canvas or the Fine Arts channel in the second grade team.